Hi everybody, welcome back to the Astral Urmah channel. I'm Jacob Angelakis. Today we're going to unpack Three-Eye Atlas again. Basically this is something that's been slowly building up in people's perceptions, and it's kind of at the forefront of everybody's mind right now. And you guys have been picking up on it. It is a comet Three-Eye Atlas, and depending on who you ask, Three-Eye Atlas is everything from a harmless space rock to a mothership carrying Urmah space cats, reptilian diplomats, and 5D avians here to help us ascend. But let's be real. What we're witnessing right now is the quiet rollout of a fake alien invasion playbook. The same psychological operation that's been predicted for decades. And Three-Eye Atlas, whether it physically lands or not, is just acting as a perfect focal point for a mass projection. Let's unpack this together because there are multiple layers to what's been going on here. And it could simply be a Project Blue Beam. Okay? Project Blue Beam. If you're not, familiar with it, get yourself familiar with it. Okay? This is a manufactured hysteria, intelligence manipulation, and the weaponization of belief systems. Okay? So, what is Three-Eye Atlas? Well, NASA tells us it's a harmless comet. Nothing to see here, move along. Meanwhile, parts of the internet are exploding with the claims that it's an interstellar craft. Some say it's a mothership from the Galactic Federations. Others saying it's bringing benevolent beings to help with humanity's ascension. Some even say it's carrying hostile reptilians and inorganic intelligences. I've also heard there are no beings on it and that it's just a rogue sentient spaceship doing its own thing. And then there's the more grounded but no less alarming take that Three-Eye Atlas is a cover story for a massive rollout of a massive psychological operation, a projection onto the sky meant to unify the world under fear and submission. Enter Project Bluebeam. If you're unfamiliar with Project Bluebeam, here's the idea. The theory that the elite will simulate an alien invasion using holograms, electromagnetic tech, and mind control, all to fake a global crisis that justifies totalitarian control. Okay? The script is simple. Show people something in the sky, something just convincing enough, and let the public do the rest. We fill in the blanks for them. We supply the mythos, okay? And Three-Eye Atlas is the perfect blank slate. Why? Because it's ambiguous. It's distant. It can be anything you want it to be. The ultimate psychological Rorschach test. I've seen people like Ishmael Perez project Urmah star cats onto it, okay, and many people running with that nonsense. Others swear it's a return of Enki. Some say it's the reptilians finally coming out of hiding. And then you've got the avians, the Galactic Federation, the Astral Command, or even Nordic clones sent to unify the world under a fake peace. What matters isn't what it is. What matters is that it's being used. And you're being used, and your mind is being used. Okay? Your attention is being used. And you ask yourself, by who? Okay? Dr. Stephen Greer, for all of his flaws and the things that I do think that he is controlled opposition, he is very kind of on point with this, that this kind of event is straight out of the intelligence community's old playbook. Create a threat, make it mysterious enough, let the media stir it, let the people panic, then offer the solution. Whether it's a holographic invasion or a media-induced panic doesn't even matter anymore. The psychological effect is the same. It primes the public for full-spectrum psychological warfare. This is exactly what Wernher von Braun warned about before he died. That first, the West would manufacture fake enemies, terrorists, rogue states, and finally they'd roll out their last card, the alien threat, whether real, fake, or holographic. And Three-Eye Atlas fits that script like a glove. Let's talk about timeline manipulation. The whole thing is less about space rocks and more about narrative engineering. Time isn't linear. Timelines collapse into each other all the time. Consciousness shapes the outcome. So when millions of people start emotionally engaging with an object like this, whether through fear, awe, or hope, they start anchoring a potential. Okay? The projection on this object is crazy. So many people with their remote viewing and everything else projecting their own thoughts and their own ideas on this object. Nobody really knows if it's just a comet or not. And that is not the point. The point isn't what is it, okay? But when you project on it and it takes so much people's attention, you start feeding the energy into a construct. That's why the story around Three Eye Atlas is more dangerous than the object itself. It's like a collective ritual, a planetary scale movie trailer for something that never arrives physically, but is already here psychologically. And they know that. They don't need an invasion. They just need you to believe one is coming, okay? Let's not also forget they've already built the tech for this. The blue beam infrastructure is very real. We've got directed energy weapons, orbital platforms, atmospheric plasma experiments, and Earth orbiting projection arrays, not to mention DARPA's classified consciousness manipulation programs. Do you really think they spend all the time and money on this just for research? No. It's a setup. And the goal isn't just to fool your eyes. It's to hijack your emotions. Because once they've got your fear and attention, they've got your frequency. And once they've got your frequency, they've got your reality. Is this making sense to you guys? What's the real play here? Well, here's how I see it. Three Eye Atlas is being used to test the waters, to see how much hysteria they can generate, and to see what kind of narratives people are going to latch onto. They want to see how quickly disclosure can be seeded without actually disclosing anything real. It's a manufactured consensus. And at the same time, it's splintering people's discernment. Because the moment you're triggered by fear, awe, or hope, you're less likely to see clearly. Does that make sense? Okay? And that's why one group sees a saviorship, another group sees an enemy invasion, and another just sees a rock in space. But all of them are being manipulated by the same signal. All of them are being manipulated by the same signal. And that's the genius of the blue beam technology. It doesn't have to be real. It just has to be believable enough to spark hysteria. So where did all of the different stellar races here, the Urmahs, the avians, the Federation, where do they fit into all this? Well, that's the wild part. All those narratives, whether true in some contexts or not, are being weaponized right now. The idea of star races is being turned into soft disclosure, into marketing, and into psychological bait. They are grooming the public to expect some sort of aliens. That's for sure, and they've been doing this for years. To expect saviors, to accept technology that will usher in the transhuman agenda. And it's happening right below our noses, okay? To bow down to an artificial hierarchy wrapped in stardust and channelings. So while people are busy arguing whether Three Eye Atlas is an Urmah return or a mothership of light, they miss the real move. Total psychological control disguised as ascension. So what's the antidote? Okay? First of all, don't engage in it emotionally. I mean, unless you're having just fun with it, okay? Observe, track, and question everything, but don't feed it your life force. Three Eye Atlas is not a comet and it's not a ship. It is a test, okay? and it is a test of your discernment, of your intuition, of your attention. A test of how easily your consciousness can be manipulated with a shiny object and a little bit of mystery. Don't project onto it with your remote viewing. Don't fall for the story. Don't believe that just because Ishmael Perez or Lily Nova or Elizabeth April says this, that, or the other. All right? Use your own discernment. The real invasion isn't coming from space. It's coming through your perception. All right? Whether 3i Atlas crashes, breaks up, vanishes, gets rebranded, or is forgotten entirely, what it reveals is more important than what it is. This is narrative warfare. This is timeline engineering, and this is your moment to opt out. So stay clear, stay sovereign, and stay real, okay? Because this is all just a test. This is only a test of your discernment, of your intuition. Are you going to listen to other people outside of yourself? Are you going to listen to all of the noise that's going on? Or are you going to refocus your attention internally and really get the truth of everything from within? All right. This is Astral Urmah. I am going to go live to take questions. So I'm also going live tomorrow, Saturday at 3 p.m. We can go as long as you want. I also want to reach the other side of the world. They're all sleeping right now. So I'm going to do a late night live as well to get some of those people's questions. I appreciate all you guys' encouraging comments. Thank you for your support, and I will see you on the other side.